Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Very Sky Readley's video blog. This is going to discuss with you the 4/16/2020 update for Social Security. Now, everyone got the big announcements yesterday. A lot of people sat there and said, way to go, thanks for the updates for Social Security SSI. Now, I want to be giving you a couple of small updates first. This is it. Before you ask me, I'm in my jammies because, well, we're in a stay-at-home order. But my top, I have like 4 of these, so I can just change them out. So if anyone thinks, all right. So a couple announcements for you all. First one is about me and your update, because I told you I'd update this twice. I apologize for not updating it last night. Last night was kind of hard. If you all basically are just following me on my Direct Express direct debit, stimulus check information to when payments are coming, I will get to that in a second. But I want to say, go back to the Social Security topic. Thank you for, if you guys are just into Social Security, thank you for, not tuning in. I was supposed to give you an update last night of if payments went out, and instead I was kind of depressed. So I apologize. I just want to say I hope there's no hard feelings. I'm trying my best for all of you. It's just I was depressed. And I just want to say I'm depressed because my companion, who's on Social Security Disability and SSI, I'm on Survivors and Disability. I just want to say I will get to the Social Security thing. I was depressed last night, and, because of her attitude, I decided to have a little bit of drink last night, some rum, because honestly, flavored rum, because she was 86 from 5 stores. One guy owns multiple stores, and apparently she called someone a biatch, and, well, got her an auto, you get the idea. No trespass order and the sheriff on our door. So anyways, let's just get back to Social Security now. Thank you for being patient with me. So this morning I contacted Social Security's number. Social Security said to me directly that the SSI payments will be in around the first week of May. I asked them specifically May 1st because that's when SSI gets paid, and it's more likely when your stimulus checks will come if you're SSI. Now, there's people out there, okay, I want to make it very clear on my channel. There's people out there saying, oh, we're going to get paid on Friday. Well, let me put it to you this way. When you pick up the phone, or you pick up the Skype number, or you go online, usually it'll tell you if there's a pending transaction from the IRS. There is no pending transaction. So therefore, the pending transaction's not there. I called up this morning, 12 hours, right before doing this video, and they said no pending transactions. People are like, oh, yeah, we're going to get it Saturday. You think you're going to get it Saturday. You think you're going to get your money in 12 hours. You won't. Social Security will basically let you know. They might even give you an e-PAX alert if you get email notification, which that's down right now for the last few months. I haven't seen mine or other people's. It's down. I have it where I get an email saying your payments will come in. And because of that, I've had to call a couple times. So basically, that's the first thing I want to share with you with that is there's no payments going in. And the second thing is I want to make it very clear on my channel so you guys don't sound unhappy, okay, that I want to be very clear, okay, very clear. All right. At Social Security, I'm going to just give you people say, oh, we need sources. Okay, here we go. Here's the sources. The USA Today, basically, and the Motley Fool basically stated that benefits would go out around the week of April 20th for Social Security, Disability, Retirement, and Survivors checks for the stimulus payments, okay? And I got another question that someone asked me, so I'm going to say it before we get technical. So someone asked me, hey, Rita, thanks for the videos you're doing. Do we get multiple payments? Say you're on survivors and SSI, or you're SSI and disability, or retirement and SSI. Do you get 2 checks? The government was going to give you 2 checks. You would be getting 2 checks. If you're on Social Security survivors or whatever, yeah. I mean, literally, the government's got a foolproof system where you don't usually get 2 checks, okay? If we all get 2 checks, we'd be all happy, okay? But it also states that the people need it for, the people that need it more. Now, let's get down to the timeline, okay? I want to be very clear again with the timeline, okay? So the newspapers are saying, the mainstream media, the payments will go out between the 20th and the 24th. Others are saying the 27th to the 30th. Let me be very clear about what Social Security had to say on their website yesterday. That Social Security disability, retirement, and survivors stimulus checks would go out by the end, quote, this is a play on words, end of April. End. Therefore, if you guys want to sit there and basically you're like, oh yeah, we're going to get our money Wednesday. Wednesday is a hypothetical, okay? As I said in my previous videos, Wednesday is only a hypothetical because people's retirement checks will be going in the last Thursday of the calendar thing. As I gave the calendar information yesterday, was the 22nd of April. I'm looking at a calendar. So basically, people are saying next Wednesday you'll get paid. I'm going to basically state, unless things are doing, people are complaining. I went to a website yesterday, okay, and this morning. And a YouTuber was like, oh, people are basically just shooting random numbers. No, my facts are based off of the newspapers and the newspapers and Social Security's website and the IRS. Basically, timelines don't match up, but that's only because, some people are like, oh, the Social Security Administration's now going to forget about the disability people. We need to advocate for it. I've said you had to advocate, okay, but the main problem isn't about Social Security. It ain't about disability or whatever checks. It is about basically what is going on in your world, pretty much. And that is the main problem we have right now, literally. So that's one thing I wanted to share with you. We have to realize that people are sitting there going off of next week. We have official timeline by Social Security. Okay, Social Security clearly stated. Someone told me the rest of the year SSI doesn't get 200 extra. Is there truth? Hello, Sutton. No, there is no truth to it, because if there was $200 additional per month for the rest of the year, I would be on top of it, okay? Now, another thing I want to share with you all is they're talking about, here's a rumor Sutton going around. Congress is trying to pass a bill by two congressmen, that want to pass that everyone gets $2,000 a month, or $4,000 for married couples, or like $5,500 or more for couples with children. Fortunately, Sutton, you could probably do the math with the government. Do you think they're going to part to the extra $1,000 a month to prop the economy? It's going to be watered down if they give a second stimulus. Now, for some of you out asking what's going on, I have another quick announcement to add to this whole Social Security debacle, okay? And this is a big one. I just want to lay it right out there. As of this morning, the SBA, the Small Business Administration, has stated they're out of money. Okay, if the so basically, sorry, I was gonna say, make sure to close the doors quietly. You remember what happened with that dumbass upstairs who was slamming doors. So basically, thank you, dearie. And I do care, by the way. So anyways, what's happening with this, okay? I didn't get much out of Chloe this morning about her opinion, but the Social Security thing is really scaring me because if the Small Business Administration has said we're out of money, then there's a problem because they just bailed out airlines, and then they're trying to get a stimulus package paid to bail out cruise liners, cruise ships and stuff. Unfortunately, to me, the cruise lining business should not be. Air travel shouldn't be. I mean, literally. I mean, the airline industry shouldn't be bailed out. I mean, look, the Small Business Administration, as of today, is out of money. It seems that the government has their petty fingers, as I call it, or their whatever. Don't quote me, this is my opinion, is tapping into the money that's supposed to go for the small businesses and the people, because if I'm reading everything correctly, they need to get more money out there, and yet it's not going to happen. So a lot of small businesses will fail. Big businesses will be fine because they're basically getting bailouts too. So the small business loans, the small business loans, aka the SBA, is out of money. Also, I wanted to state in my records, just for you guys that are listening, Social Security, I will get to the timeline in 1 second. The welfare office, the unemployment office, they're basically strapped. They're saying there's no more money. They're out. They're tapped. So 22 million people unemployed, okay? 22 million people waiting for their funds. And yet, everyone else is getting paid. Big companies, etc. Makes me wonder, okay? Makes me wonder, not you. I don't sit there and say, oh, it makes us all wonder. No, I don't know what your mindset is, okay? And so let's go on to basics, okay? Now, timeline. People are saying we're getting paid tomorrow, Saturday, or Friday or Saturday. We're not. Basically, unless you have concrete evidence. Remember, I've said this many times over in my videos. People say, where's my money? Your money is when you get it, okay? People started, no offense to the word, people started griping. Yeah, I'll use a cleaner word instead of what I wanted to do, even though I already swore once in this video saying something about dumbasses, but my apologies. Basically, what's going on is the Social Security Administration has been getting so many calls and people prodding or poking them and, probing them over where's their SSI. They gave in. But have you ever noticed, as soon as the SSI thing cleared space dock, where's disability? Where's retirement? All they're saying is, oh, you'll get it. But when? People say, when? We need it now. Others say, well, we need our money now. Others say, when? I'll tell you what's going on, okay? I'd love for you all. The problem isn't when or how come. The problem is the government is running out of money. So basically, they keep doing this, okay? Treasury's going to have to finally basically kick in. I'm calling it now. Someone asked me this morning about forecasting, my own predictions, okay? This is my own predictions for the timeline. I don't want you guys to sit there and go, all right, because this is my own prediction. So Social Security basically released a statement with the IRS said SSI recipients will get their checks early May. Early May, right? One guy goes, everyone on disability, retirement, survivors will get it early May. No, that's not what the Social Security Administration said. The Social Security Administration basically said yesterday's statement that we're supposed to get ours at the end of April. Okay, end of April. The newspapers and the mainstream media is stating that you're supposed to get your checks next week. So there's conflicting information there. That's why I'm here to give you the straight skinny on what's going on. Now, let's see. I just entered in my website. The stimulus says payment status not available. Yes, okay. So Sutton, let me explain what's going on with the IRS portal. Um, Sweetie. Basically, what's going on is the IRS portal basically isn't working. They're overloaded. I went to the IRS portal yesterday. Okay, I was going to go through it all and get through it so I could explain to everyone what's going on. What I got was a tax form. Please fill these taxes out. Sorry to say, but I'm not filling a tax form out just to know. So I was like, pfft. So basically, then they sent me an email like, "Do you want to finish your application?" It's like, no, I don't want to finish my application. I'm disabled. I've put in non-filers. The problem is again, they're overloaded. They said the report I got through my own channel stated there was about 150 million plus people multi-logging in from different sites, different tablets, different browsers, different machines. And you know what it said? It said the system was overloaded. And to me, it's not good. I mean, literally, they're overloaded, okay? Most of the 99% of the we can't find your tax return thing if you're on disability is because they're jerking everyone around, basically. So here's my theory for a timeline, okay? People are sitting here waiting for my timeline or my forecast. I'm only doing it in my opinion. Don't take it as a grain of salt. I've already given you information about where to go. You can check Motley Fool. You can check out the USA Today for their timeline. You can check out the IRS website. You can check out Social Security's blog. They actually explain the timeline, what they say is going to happen for payment. But that doesn't answer the true question. I'm just confused because someone is telling me I need to fill out these forms and for me and my dad both because they don't have our info. I personally don't know what to do. Let me put it to you this way. All right, Sutton? I'm going to give you the honest, actual truth so you don't get confused. I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. If you get Social Security disability after January 1st, 2020, you must file that tax portal. If you get benefits since 2016, sweetie, you don't do anything. Social Security's own blog states, and I quote, "You sit back and you wait for your money to deposit into your account." Now, the only reason you could lose your money is if you have outstanding creditors and it goes into a bank, is what I understand. CNN's been talking a lot about that. But the IRS put out a thing yesterday basically stating that disability, retirement, and survivors is on the same umbrella as SSI now. Basically, if you get benefits after January 1st, 2020, then any benefits you will have to put in the portal. Before then, you don't have to do anything. The IRS is basically making it clear that unless you have a dependent, also a child, you're not needing to do anything. Just sit back and wait for your money to hit your account or your Direct Express card. I usually do this for Direct Express holders. Now, that brings me to the next thing. Dad and I have been on benefits for years. It just weren't because the portal said they didn't have any. Yes, that's because, Sutton, the portal is broken. If you just heard me correctly, the portal has got over 150 to 300 plus million hits a day. People wanting to know where their money is. One lady had 5 kids. Portal said nothing. The portal's broken. There's people posting about the portal not working properly. I wanted to get it out of the way that the portal is broken. I mean, literally, I tried doing it. I've set it up 2 different ways, and let me tell you, the portal won't tell me either. because Direct Express people don't get it. They said that in the future that the IRS stated, hopefully I'm not coming down with hay fever or something. Hopefully I'm not getting sick. Yeah, basically, well, let me put it this way. The government basically is not giving any info. They stated that the portal will be updated for people with Direct Express, but give it some time, which means they got to work on it next week. So I'm assuming payments will go out about April 30th is my prediction, because people are like, oh, they said we're going to get it on the week of the 20th. Well, I will eat crow. Well, I won't literally eat crow, but I will admit my faults when the time comes, if it does come next week. But Social Security's own website said disability retirement survivors will come at the end of April. That means the end of April would be the 27th through the 30th, not the 20th to the 24th. So, okay. I was just worried my dad died, would miss out. You're not going to miss out. Basically, the IRS Social Security website made it plain clear, as well as the USA Today. Same with CNBC and other news outlets, that if you are already on disability, you do nothing. You just wait for your money to come in. Now, as you probably well aware, Sutton, everyone is waiting for their money. Everyone is struggling severely, and everyone's not getting it. And again, my timeline is this. All right, so people have been waiting. You've been very patient with me. I want to thank you all for being patient with me and watching my channel, with all the viewers and stuff. So here's the deal. My predictions is they're going to drag your benefit, your disability retirement, Social Security out as long as possible, because they're going to claim, we're sorry, there is no money to give you. And the reason for it is because the government literally has just blew money like crazy for bailing the airlines out. Okay, airlines. They want to do another stimulus, okay? First, no offense to people watching this, but first, my opinion is get through the first stimulus before you're thinking of a second stimulus. There's people hurting literally. Do a second stimulus, raise the price up. Give them $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. Give them a big enough amount. Now, I do want to basically share my own opinion on other things on the timeline. This is also basically going off of my own opinion that COVID will be not contained. I mean, look, the governors are basically stating that as long as, our state governors, as long as unemployment's going through the roof, you're going to see money being drained faster and faster till they'll be tapping other sources to prop things up. That's true. Unfortunately, the problem is unless you get the testing kits, for example, this isn't a corona thing, but this was part of my Social Security thing, that you're going to see a lot of people staying home still, which is a crying shame, because everyone wants to go back to work, and they can't because of not enough testing kits, which really hinders the abilities of floating the economy. A lot of people want their money for excess spending on video games, music, movie, books, whatever junk. Others want to buy groceries like me. Doesn't matter what you do with your money. But point is no one knows when this COVID thing will end. So because of it, guess who gets to be penalized? Now the disabled people, the ones on SS retirement, survivors of disability, they're being penalized. Penalized as in there's no dates. Social Security gives one date, newspapers give another. They're giving false, conflicting information. It's like Sutton just said, I was worried me and my dad will miss out. You're not going to miss out. You and your dad's not going to miss out, basically. If you two have been on disability or retirement for years, don't worry about it. Your check will come. The question is, are they going to mail it to you, or are they going to direct deposit? Do you have direct deposit? They'll direct deposit. But how do you pay someone? Question here. How do you pay someone if there's no money? I mean, look, the Small Business Administration ran out of money this morning. The unemployment lines are through the roof. They're They say 29 states of unemployment are supposedly getting their $600 a month, but where's the money? They already said the money's gone. They want to increase the food stamps. Again, where's the money? You see where I'm saying what's going on here? The problem is, well, there you go. Direct Express will happen. Now, let me give you the timeline. I think Sutton might be really wondering what's going on with his or her. I'm just saying his or her because I can't see your picture that well. I assume him, but I'm not going to misgender you. So him or her, Sutton. Now, let me get it. Sutton's probably wondering. He or she is wondering. If you want to correct me, that's fine. He or she is basically wondering where the F is their money. Well, like I said, Social Security says that it's the end of April, which means I'm thinking everyone who's on SSI or SSDI, Retirement of Survivors, I'm looking at a calendar right now, we'll get it the 30th. That's what my predictions say. The news media says it's supposed to be the second week out, the third week out or so, which is, or you give it the 20th or so. This was coming from a congresswoman or Senator Dingell's office who says the timeline. Now, the IRS isn't giving a timeline. They're just being like, well, we're sending payments out. We're getting things ready, et cetera, et cetera. So technically, her. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Sutton. I appreciate it. I don't want to misgender anyone. You know how misgendering can really piss off people. So, thank you. And I'm she too. So basically, Social Security, she said, thank you. I appreciate that. Sutton, she's just said, that. But she's probably wondering where the hell her money is. So Social Security is basically giving us a timeline that says you'll get it at the end of April. But they're using the word end of April. Social Security is using early May for SSI. The media is saying the week of the 20th, okay? The week of the 20th. Where's everyone's money? Let me just tell you this. Unless we see something change, I'm afraid, and this is just my own opinion, that everyone's going to be shafted. One guy basically posted 2 days ago on my comments. We're going to be waiting months for whatever reason. And in some ways, it makes me wonder because let me explain what happened with Social Security the other day. I know Sutton's probably I called Social Security this morning, but let me explain what Social Security's been saying. They're basically saying when I talked to a representative this morning that people, like I said, people that are on payments from January 1st, 2020 onward has to file a little simple tax thing to get the checks. Everyone else before then, the bank already has, or Direct Express, the IRS has that info. Because the Treasury Department has that info because Treasury sends it. But what I heard was really interesting is because you got Social Security basically saying that we don't have dates. It's just a hypothetical. They just threw numbers out there right now while trying to iron it out, right? Just keep checking your accounts. But when I contacted Direct Express turned around and basically said, we have no information on the impact stimulus. So I basically went ahead and clicked on someone, talked to them, was on hold for a bit. They turned around and they were like, if there's nothing pending from the IRS, you'll have to wait. It basically will tell you if there's a pending transaction. So I asked, well, what's the timeline look like? Because they're saying now by Social Security, first part of May for SSI, I'm assuming May 1st. Guy turned around and says, I've never heard anything about it. He's got internet there at work, so he just, oh, okay, so CNBC, blah, blah, blah. He went to the Social Security thing. He says end of April. He says, well, the best bet is to not hold your breath for timelines. So my timeline is don't hold your breath. But I'm thinking that we're going to get our payments possibly the 30th for disability retirement survivors because that's the day that we all get paid for our next monthly benefit. However, people are talking about the 22nd, which is a hypothetical, but I don't think the Treasury Department wants to cut checks out for people on retirement from the 21st to the 31st on their birthday on the fourth Wednesday of the month by delivering it on the 22nd. But then again, hypothetically, I don't know. So I'm saying my timeline is there's a lot of mixed information out there. I'm trying to give you the best information I have and throw in my own opinion. So you all know my opinions now. The sources I've given is already Social Security website, IRS website, USA Today, Motley Fool, and the other issue is I've given CNBC. So you got my sources. You can just Google them. Thing is, we're all in limbo. We're literally living in limbo right now, wondering where's our money. We're going to be fine. The thing is, we will be fine. And that is why you all need to know that payments will be there. My opinion and my timeline states I don't think it's going to come next week. I could be wrong, but I'm betting my bottom dollar that it'll be on the 30th. There's a lot of people saying, oh, I heard it's next week. Well, one person, I think it was Don Capo and John Stacks, who said next Wednesday. But, the thing is John Stacks didn't take into account that the Social Security Administration, I think, put in a thing saying that all people on disability will get it at the end of April, which I think they're talking about April 30th. But when they do these, you're going to get paid at the first week of May or the end of April. What they're doing is the government is basically delaying it. My opinion is they're delaying it because look what happened with Small Business Administration loans. Out of money as of this morning. Other places are out of money too. I mean, the government's running out of loans, and so what happened? What happened? Tell you what happened. Basically, it's you guys are screwed. We're all screwed. So unless we basically see it. So what happened with the one comment that I forgot to mention, okay? This is big. One lady basically said, well, they keep changing the dates. It was an actual comment on a YouTuber. I want to address that, okay? All right? I want to address this because I love all people and I want you to have the best information possible, even though some of it is, you guys could say, oh, it's far-fetched. I've given you most of my sources, okay? My personal opinion is the reason, this is just my opinion, take it with a grain of salt, and that's what I love about YouTubers. They do take it as a grain of salt. But some of them actually post comments like, you might be right. Take it as a grain of salt, okay? What is going on with why they're swapping dates? It's simple. What would you do? I mean, Sutton probably can understand it herself or others. What would you do? Oh, hey, Mom, I'm just looking at my service dog. He's a little Shih Tzu, by the way. He just climbed into his little hidey hole over there, little Shih Tzu. What would you do if you just read the news this morning, hypothetically, and it said, Small Business Administration loans out of money, or the welfare is out of money, can't expand food stamps, or the unemployment is 22 million and they're out of money? What would you do first? Would you sit there and say, I wonder why they keep changing the dates on the Social Security and SSI, saying, oh, it's early, late May? Well, think of it. Think of it this way. I mean, it doesn't take rocket scientists to think, well, tactically, they're changing the dates around because, something's wrong. They want to delay your check as long as possible, even though they got till the December 31st date by USA Today and, Seattle Times, etc. is talking about, they have to pay by the end of the year. But in the meantime, they could delay it. However, I'll tell you what's going on also, in my own opinion of this whole Social Security debacle, okay, and this Direct Express. People that filed their taxes on Social Security, that filed already, they got their checks, they're getting them now. Then you have the rest of the world that is waiting for the checks, and they keep changing the dates. Well, look at I don't envy anyone who reads the news, okay, because it's kind of depressing. Depresses you when you basically get the news and you get the news where it says there's no money, and you're thinking, but I had to add that in as my own opinion because people are asking why is the dates being changed. Well, think of it. This is not takes rocket scientists, okay? I may be dumb, okay? I may be stupid, but I want you to think about it for a minute, okay? What would you do if you were a government employee and you ran out of money and the media says you're all out of money? What would you do then? Tell Congress to move their butt to give more money? Or would you basically change everyone's date and let Congress stay out of office and Congress not go back to work until May 4th? Now, second problem to this whole Social Security SSI debacle. Besides changing dates, everyone is worried about their payment. Everyone. And because of it, I've seen a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to invest in booze and cigarettes. Fine. But just remember, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. The governors are asking for more help. Unfortunately, right now, there is no help. So they can't just reopen business. Now, my theory is there's two theory fronts here, okay? One theory is the governor are asking for help and not getting it. And the federal government is basically now tightening the purse strings because they can. And because of it, that's why everyone's being delayed. Because you got so much money going out, and this is law. But in the law, it doesn't say you have to pay it by next month. It says by the end of the year. So they're going to try to milk this as long as possible, and you all might suffer. It's just my opinion. However, there's advocates out there fighting tooth and nail to get it out to us sooner. But thing is, with the uncertainty of when jobs are going to be opened up, you can see the government basically, what the heck happened here? Weird. Didn't know there's a hole in there. Basically, like I said, so look at it from my point of view. It's just a dumb point of view, but with the uncertainty of COVID being restored anytime soon, the unemployment went to 22 million people. Everyone's hurting. Everyone wants their money. People from the people that are unemployed. One lady tried 300 times to get through to the unemployment office. And this is not going to get any better. So you got a president who wants to get people back to work tomorrow. Won't happen. And you got the American people saying we want our money and we want to feel safe. And we want testing and everything else. So this whole debacle is not going to get any better. And so to me, you got to use the news to piecemeal your own theories and etc. But for the Social Security sake of things, I'm saying end of April because that's Social Security said. But why the dates? Like I said, it's because they don't know what to do. Now that the AARP and other advocates fought for SSI, now they got to basically fight to make sure everyone on Social Security disability retirement survivors gets the same answers as SSI. They just basically just dumped the SSI information out yesterday. So, unless they have something new updates today, I will keep you posted on all of this. I just figured, that you all would like to know, honestly and truthfully, that, there's a lot of mixed dates out there, and that's where it's kind of upsetting me to no end. I'm trying my best to get you the best information possible, and because of it, Social Security, says one thing, the IRS is not giving any timeline, by the way. That's something I want to share with you. The IRS isn't giving any timeline. That'd be one of my red flags for you all, okay? That's what I'm going to say, red flag. Now, another red flag I want to say is that Direct Express will be taking and giving you your stimulus checks, okay? And that's not a problem. The problem isn't about the stimulus checks so much as The red flag is Direct Express, when you call their number still, states they have no information from the IRS. That gives me a second red flag. Like James Bond, I'd be flagging it because it doesn't make sense. Let me put it to you this one in simple terms for people like Sutton and others. The right hand ain't talking to the left or vice versa. Or, as my hubby would say if he was alive, they're sitting there saying, look at the birdie over here while they do something over here, vice versa. Look at this birdie over here while they're doing something over here, you see. So technically look at it from that point of view. Basically, that is my other red flag, literally. My first red flag is there's no timeline on the IRS website. They're just giving words from their own mouth. And apparently this Congress or Senate Dingle's office. The second and most important one is the Direct Express, which is we have no information from the IRS. That would make me wonder if the IRS hasn't worked with Direct Express yet or Comerica Bank. And then finally, my ultimate third red flag, my literally ultimate red flag, is the mainstream media, the IRS and Social Security giving confusing dates. I mean, it all stacks up to just be patient. You'll get your money is what I'm telling you all. So, I hope this video found it informative. I hope you think my theories are, possible and with open minds. I'm not saying it is open minds, but I'm saying I hope this video is, possible. So, I hope you find this video informative, and my mind is open-minded to the possibilities that this is what it is. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything. It's just everything I read on the news is basically hinting at this. And, but if you really want some information, I will be doing a personal video blog next, just to touch base with my other subscribers, the ones that aren't interested in Direct Express, Social Security. So if you're interested in knowing more about my own theories, stay tuned. Otherwise, I will have you a new update probably tonight or tomorrow for Social Security for Friday. Now, a lot of people said, oh, we're getting paid Friday. Let me just say, with clean terms, I'm calling BS here. And I'm going to call BS even on Saturday. But if it does happen, well, then let me just say that Chloe, before she was 86 from the store, bought me a fine bottle of cognac. So I will have a glass of cognac with you all and say cheers if you did get your money tomorrow or Saturday. But highly unlikely.
Let's just say I switched my political views from Democrat to Libertarian.
Libertarian's not bad. Poppy's a libertarian.
Well, yeah, I'm taking one step closer to eventually becoming Republican.
No!
I mean, you gotta look at.
Thank you, everyone. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Talk about this next.
We also do rely on the bigger store chains.
Please hit the bell notification for new content every day. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for my own personal blog, and Chloe can give her opinions there. Thank you, everyone. God bless you, and have a great day. This is a Social Security video, not the